yeah, I have the one client, the first client that I told you about, and then I got another client that's she's starting in March, and I actually got a third one as well that I finalized this week
That's awesome,
for
man.
March as well. And I'm just going to confirm another fourth one. It's not finalized yet, but she's down. It's just a matter of arrangement and agreements.
Yeah.
Pretty much, I'm about to have
Did you?
four clients in total.
Come on, man. That's crazy.
Bro, I'm
You
telling you,
you
it's
you only told me about, you said the original one, the
the
first one.
original one.
Then you told me about two that you're about to close.
Right.
And then that's all I heard after that.
Right. But no, there's three. It's finalized three. Now
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for the fourth one.
Fourth one. Oh, that's
Yeah, yeah.
awesome, bro. She's in the pipeline.
She's in the pipeline. It's only a matter of time, bro.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. I've got Jordan Rose here, the founder and the CEO of Dreamers Nation.
Yes,
Thank you
sir.
so
Yes,
much
sir.
for being on, Jordan. Really appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you for having me, bro.
Yeah, awesome. So thanks for shooting this, allowing us to shoot this quick testimonial about your results that you've got in the program, in my program. But before we dive in and just let everybody know like your results and things like that and your journey, I'd like to give you the opportunity to let everybody know like what Dreamers Nation is all about.
Okay, so that's awesome. So Dreamers Nation, before I even get to how Dreamers Nation started, I guess I can talk about what actually created Dreamers Nation in the first place.
Yeah.
So I was just on this journey, trying to discover my dreams, my goals. So I found myself talking to a lot of people, like whether they were teenagers, 20-year-olds, 30-year-olds, people old enough to be my mom or dad.
Yeah.
And I just realized there was this huge problem with people not knowing their dreams or goals, or people thought it was too late. So a passion really hit me to say, nah, I need to help people, because when I thought this wasn't a big problem, but when I actually started to talk to people, I realized this was a huge problem. So what ended up happening, I was inspired to then write a book called Code 245, The Secrets to Unlocking Your Purpose. And so it's basically is the book to help people to really discover their purpose and their dreams and their goals. And then while I was actually writing the book, the Dreamers Nation name came to my mind. I'm like, wow, this is amazing. So as I finished writing the book, I'm like, let me now launch the business that's in support of the message in the book. So that's kind of how Dreamers Nation came about, was through the book.
Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. That's an incredible story, an incredible
Thanks,
journey,
man.
my friend. That's awesome. So like right now, if someone was to approach you, what would you say that you do? Like, what do you call yourself?
Me, I am a dreamers specialist. What I mean by that, though, all jokes aside, what I mean by that is I have the ability to find out what people's dreams are and pull it out of them. That's what I'm unique with. I can look at someone's strengths. I can look at what they're good at. I can look at how someone makes them tick, what makes them upset, what makes them happy. I can pinpoint different areas of their life that they would never even imagine and pull out their dreams from it. So that's what I would tell people, that I am a dream catcher. I will be able to help you catch your dreams.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. That's awesome. And I think that's very unique, because in the market today and in the coaching, I guess, market and industry, there's not a lot of people that do that. Usually you'll find coaches that talk about passion, like they help people discover passion. But I think what goes beyond passion and what really taps into your destiny is your dreams. Right? And your dreams really helps you to pivot to get to where you really want, and where your future is. So that's awesome. That's awesome.
No, I definitely agree. And once people get their dreams, that passion is going to be there because it's their dreams. So that passion will naturally follow suit as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. Very well said. So can you give the viewers an idea of how your world looked prior to the program, and how did things go from your perspective?
I think for me, my world was like, again, I was inspired. I was, motivated to help people and help young people. And, I was doing that. But in terms of creating an online presence, I don't feel that I was online the way I could have been, even though I was maybe doing things behind the scenes. in terms of now going online, because now we're living in a day and age where online is a super important aspect of communication. So I feel before I met you, before the program, before any of those things, I don't think I was positioning myself in a way to do those things, even though I was still helping people behind the scenes. So that's kind of how my world was. I was involved in helping people and purpose and all that kind of stuff. But to now go online, I wasn't. I tried to, but it just wasn't there.
Yeah, I totally understand. So
Yeah.
how did it look? Like, was it like, did you not have a website? You didn't know what to do. You didn't know what colors to put on your background page. Like, what was it exactly that you didn't know what to do?
I don't think it was necessarily the colors aspect, because I had a color scheme for the book, and I also had a color scheme for the Dreamers Nation.
I was just throwing colors out there as an example.
Right. But I mean,
Yeah.
I know I'm just going with what you asked, right? So I think the biggest issue was maybe the plan of how to go about going online, because you can have the website, you can have all the colors, but if there's no set plan or a set steps of how to actually present yourself as an authority online, then it doesn't matter if you have a website or colors or anything. So I think that's what it was. Like, I had the website, I had the book, but the frame, I needed a framework in order to present myself properly online. And I think that's why I found myself going online and then stopping and then going and then stopping.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like that. There wasn't a consistency.
Got it. So when you were going and stopping and when there wasn't a consistency, what were those things that you were doing that were inconsistent at that time?
In terms of specifically what I was doing?
Yeah.
Right. So also, as an example, I would say post, let's use Instagram as an example, create a Dreamers Nation page for Instagram. And, I had a little flow going on with, quotes from Dreamers Nation that I would put. But because there wasn't, as I said, a proper framework, it's like I was just doing things just to get something on the page instead of having a framework that would help me to now keep creating content. I was just kind of like, okay, let me just put this on, right? So eventually it got tiring because there, as I said, there was no framework in terms of presenting myself properly online. So I guess that's why I found myself putting content that wasn't necessarily as effective as I thought it would be. And so I would stop, and then so that's why that back and forth happened, because I needed a proper framework to present myself better.
Got it. No, that's understandable. So I guess, like, from the initial stages of when we connected, like, what were the things that really, I guess, pushed you over the edge, or to really say, hey, I want to do this. I want to see this change. What were some of the things that were going through your mind at that point?
Well, definitely, you triggered me. You had a post, because one of my goals that I wanted, you triggered a post that was kind of in line with my goal. So I'm like, okay, he's sharing a framework. So I said, you know what? I need this. I don't know how to take my online presence to the next level. So I think you doing what you're doing inspired me to say, no, let me connect, because it wasn't just a coincidence. It's like I had this goal, and then all of a sudden I saw your post, and I'm like, I'm done. I'm going to click it. We're going to talk. So I think you are practicing what you were preaching, so to speak. Like, so you were doing it. I saw it. I got intrigued. I connected. So that's what was it for me. I'm like, no, I got to connect.
No, that's good. And like, look where you are now, right?
Bro, like, trust me, man.
Yeah, look where you are now, like, exceptional. We'll get to the results later, but I just wanted to, follow, I guess, your stage and your journey in, like, somewhat of a chronological order. It won't be that way, but hey, if we can, we'll do it. So give me an idea, like, what were some of the things that we put in place, and some of the things that we discussed, and some of the, I guess, methodologies in my program that you've adopted that's working for you today?
Right. I think the first thing that you said to me that I thought was shocking. I was like, what? You told me that the market for life coaching and relationship coaching is untapped. And I'm like, what? There's so many people doing it. But the thing that you made mention of that was very crucial to even the beginning of the process is that business coaches, they know how to present themselves as an authority.
Mm-hmm.
Life coaches don't.
Correct.
So you now have an opportunity right now to present yourself in a way where many others, even though they're good at what they do, they're not presenting themselves as such. So that, I think, was the first mindset for me, like, whoa, like if thing is really untapped, then let's go for it. And so after you did that, you began to show me how to establish myself online with the methodologies of properly presenting myself with pictures and different formats and exactly of how to professionally present yourself as an authority. So I think those methodologies and creating, I think this was another challenge that I had an issue with, where the engagement, the natural organic engagement. So
yes,
you first made me establish my presence online, and then you gave me the tools now to create organic engagement. And that's what I always wanted, or because I love organic engagement.
yeah.
But what I tried to do before we met, I was online doing little ads. I don't even know, just throwing out ads out there in hopes I would get some.
Just please work.
Right. Yeah. But you even showed me that it's not that you can't do ads, but you want to create an organic platform and engagement that when you get to that place of ads, it's working with the momentum of your organic engagement. So I think those methodologies were super important, and you just gave me those simple tips, but powerful tips, and I'm seeing them work. I'm seeing them work right now.
Absolutely. I think one of the things that a lot of entrepreneurs, solo entrepreneurs, whether they be a life coach or whether they be, someone that's a business coach, they get excited because they see all of these things happening online about running ads and having, 10 figure, or not 10 figure, but like 8-figure months and all that stuff. And
true.
You're going to kill it this month if you do only take this program. So people get excited. They're just like, oh my gosh, I'm going to start spending money on ads.
Right.
Honestly, it's so sexy. It looks sexy. The marketing is sexy. And it looks the best. Right? And people are like, okay, I want to spend money on ads. And to be honest, I got caught up in that hype. Right. I got caught up in that hype as well. But I started to realize, like, it's more so about building your presence first. And building that strong organic presence, and then you can then follow suit with the ads. I love ads to death, but it's a very quick way to lose your money if you don't know what you're doing.
Right. True. As I've seen, thank God I didn't spend a lot.
Absolutely. But at least you have some experience to really back up your journey, and even if you're helping other people as well. Because I know that's something that you help out as well, like the from the business side of the life coaching program that you have.
Right, for sure.
So can you give I guess an idea, or just like a lay of the land of how it really looked when we worked together? Like, how was the process? Did we move fast? Did we move slow? Did we move in chronological order? How did that really look like for you in your experience?
So I think we did go to a degree in chronological order, because you did have a process. But the beautiful thing about the process is it was unique to each person. I'm sure the program is unique to each person. So once we got into the different sessions and we realized what was more needed, it wasn't that it was a slow down. It's just that this is a section that needs to be more talked about, more understood, so that when I'm doing the homework that you're giving me, it's not just trying to get the program done to get the program done. So it was flexible in terms of what I needed, in terms of, certain how to properly engage. And so if we felt that we needed to spend a little bit more time on that, that was okay. It's not that you didn't want to show more, But for those sessions, that's what I needed to really present myself as an authority and to build the brand and organic engagement. So I don't think it was necessarily a slow, fast kind of thing, or too slow or too fast.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you went above and beyond too, because there's a set time, but you saw that when things needed to be properly explained, you went above and beyond to even just say, no, okay, no, like let's do 30 more minutes, or okay, I gotta go, but let's go back again. So it was you were making sure that I got everything that I needed, especially the things that I needed more clarity on, you spent more time on. So I don't see it as whether it's chronological or not. I just see it as that's what was needed, and you put the time in to make sure that thing that I needed was dealt with. So
it's my pleasure, Jordan. It's my pleasure. And
Amen.
And I know that spending, no matter how much time I spend, I know that it's basically time that is worthwhile, because at the end, you'll be able to turn around and say, wow, this is, it will click one day or another, whether it's later or sooner or later, it will click. And once it clicks, you're going to be laughing, because you'll start to realize, what will definitely help you.
Right.
So like, can you walk us through of like how the results went within the program? I think this is the part where everybody's,
everybody. No, I think what amazed me is like, because you're kind of like, okay, yeah, he knows he's doing his thing, like he knows what it is, but then you're kind of watching to see, okay, all right, let's see if this thing really works. But bro, it matters of weeks, and not like first week or two, like it just engagement was just like on fleek. I was just like, whoa. I was just like, and you're like, see, I told you, it was only a matter of time. So it wasn't even like the engagement part was like 6 months or a year from now. It's within, as the program was happening, the engagement was happening. In fact, I actually got a client. I was in the process of getting a client while I was in the program.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So my first one, and then I remember I told you, and you're like, what? You didn't tell me. You didn't, you forgot to tell me. I said, oh, well, I mean, yeah, I got one. And you're like, So in terms of that results, it was because it was, as I said, it's a framework that you've proven. It was able to work in matters of weeks. And I'm still, even now, I'm still seeing engagement. I'm still seeing people contact. I'm still getting more clients.
Wow.
Right. Yeah. So even that one that I told you about, there's more.
Wow. See, right? Yeah.
There's more. So
that's good. That's good.
So it works, bro.
It definitely does. It definitely does. No, that's good. So can you give the idea, or give a framework of how many calls were you getting prior to the program, and how many book calls are you getting now?
Prior, 0. Zip, nothing, nada. But since the program, I would say per week calls, I would say average, depending, I would say through. Hold on, let's really tell the people. Let's tell the people, because I want to give some accurate. I think each week I honestly had at least 3 to 6 calls a week, maybe.
Wow.
I would say give or take, depending on the engagement and who. But I would say anywhere from 3 to 6. Sometimes some weeks were more than others.
Yeah.
But again, I would say, and remember, I'm just starting. It's only been
starting, and you haven't even implemented like other strategies.
Right.
Like we're just on Facebook right now, and we haven't even tapped into other aspects of Facebook yet.
Right.
I'm not even talking about ads.
Right. Right. This is just the simple framework that you shared, and it's already creating. And you know what the beautiful thing is too? The people that I'm even adding, because remember, you said certain things about finding things that people are saying and then trying to reach out to people. So I'll give you an example of how you helped me to think. So I saw a person wrote something about she needs help with a business name. She just doesn't know what to do. And everybody's like, oh, you'll get it. I said, whoa, this is my opportunity. So what did like what you said, go, boom, talk, engage, Guess what? I booked her for a call.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and I added her. Had I not added her and the simple steps you've given me, I wouldn't have seen that post to even get a call.
Wow. Wow.
You know, so it's, trust me, it's just the beginning. So
Yes. Yeah, no, that's awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome. So I guess Jordan, my question to you is, with the sort of things you've learned, where do you see yourself moving now throughout the rest of the year? Seeing how we're almost approaching, the month of March. Where do you see yourself in the next year, 2 years, or even moving forward?
I would say in the next 2 years, I plan to go full time. That is my goal. As you said, things may not always be chronological, but because now I have a foundation to now really make a difference in people's lives, my goal is now to actually now up it up a little bit and really present myself in a way where people need help. Because as we've had conversations, that it's an untapped market. There are so many people that need help. And now that I know how to reach them, as an example, since you helped me to make my Facebook in a certain way, people that would have never reached me found me.
Wow.
And now I can help them. So in terms of 1 year to 2 years, I plan to now just take it up a notch and help a lot more people and eventually get to the place where I can go at this full time. So
Wow.
that's my goal.
No, that's inspiring, and I know it can happen. No, it can happen.
I appreciate that, man.
When destiny meets favor.
Right.
I have a question for you. Just before we go, can you give an idea, or just let people know, like if they're on the fence with the program, or perhaps they're looking for support, what would you say to people that are kind of on the fence or looking for a coach based off of the results that you've gotten in working with me?
No, I would say to them to go for it. I think sometimes we're afraid. We've been taught not to take risks. Like, I'll give you a very simple example to explain what I mean. I when it came to sushi and that kind of stuff, I was like, for ew, I'm like, nasty, whatever, right? But I said one day, I said, you know what? People are saying it's good. Let me try it. And surprisingly, bro, when I first tried, I'm like, oh, this was actually good. And then, long story short, I ended up going to a birthday party at a sushi restaurant, bro. I'm telling you, that's big.
Wow.
So I'm saying that to say that sometimes people may look at the program or look at certain things and be like, no. But when they try the program, and now that I've tried the program, it's the same kind of effect like the sushi. So I would say just try it. Just try it, new things, and you'll be surprised. And the second thing I would say is invest in yourself. Don't look at it as an expense. And I'm not looking at it as an expense because I'm seeing the return. I'm seeing the return on my investment that I put in. I'm seeing the result that's coming back to me. So it's not an expense. It's an investment. So I would say to invest in yourself. This program works. And I'm excited that it's now setting the foundation for me to just go to so many heights. So trust me, I appreciate it, bro. Trust me, man.
No, it's been a pleasure.
Go get the program. Go to the program, guys. You won't be disappointed. Trust me.
Click the link below. Click the link below.
Bro, trust me, man. Y'all, trust me, man. He's good. Holla at him.
Definitely appreciate that, Jordan. And it's been a pleasure working with you as well.
No problem, man. My pleasure, man.
It was good, man. Yeah, definitely been a pleasure. And looking for more wins from you. Like, this is just the surface. There's more opportunities come.
Right.
And your wife as well. She's like a hidden gem with what you're doing as well, and that nobody really knows about.
No, they're gonna find out. Listen, the greatest, most successful men were married. They had wives. Listen, without her, I promise you, where I am now and where we're going would not happen. So she is definitely a super important aspect to all of Dreamers Nation. Even how I did the program with Dreamers Nation. She when you have a wise woman, man, you give her something, she just knows how to just
right.
Trust me. No, she's
absolutely
100%, bro. 100%.
That's awesome, and I'm excited for that as well.
Trust me. I'm trust me. I know I have a tendency to like wanna just jump in and
Yeah.
do everything at once. But I know I gotta. I'm excited about that part when she comes in and starts,
Yeah,
sharing as well. It's gonna be awesome.
it is. It is. It is. Well, God bless, and thanks so much again.
No problem, man. Take care, bro.
Take care.